year since Michael has played. We're going to see if she's just as active as she was last season.
Be Mamadou for the Terps. But the Tigers win it early. Here comes Shukvist. She scored 16 points in that 22-point win versus Stetson on Tuesday. Double dribble, first turnover of the game for the Tigers. A team that limited, or should I say forced 18 Stetson turnovers on Tuesday. Only committed 10 themselves. Pick up an early one here.
It's going to be on Dereje, that last double dribble there.
Here's Akanawa. First offensively into the posting guard zone. The cutter, Ozzy Mamadou, and trickles out of bounds. We're headed back the other way.
Just on that last play, you see Garzon there at the elbow looking for a cut there from Mamadou, but just not able to find hands successfully.
5 transfers for this Towson team, a new look squad looking to bounce back after a 12-20 campaign last year. Here's India Johnston, a preseason second team All Big Ten member, or All Conference member rather. Terps in transition though. Akanawa out to Poffenbarger, who sets up shot just outside the right-hand perimeter. Here's Bartelme into Ozzy Mamadou in the post, and she knocks the first 2 points on the board. The redshirt junior from London, England, gets the Terps scoring started.
Transferred from Gulf Coast this last season for Maryland, and so making her impact early with 10 points and 7 rebounds in their last outing versus Georgetown.
Khalil forced to pick up her dribble. Here's Johnston. Back over to Shukvist. Some really intense pressure defense from Okanawa, and it works. A block on the other end sends the Terps running down. High screen for Poffenbarger. Here comes Okanawa on the curl. Double pivots around. Bartelme now motioning Ozzy Mamadou for a screen. And she'll get it. And a pretty shot off the glass. The left-hand finish from Leah Bartelme.
You see Bartelme just weaves through the lane there, able to get to her left and just gets the nifty touch off the glass.
Johnston. Someone head coach Laura Harper describes a prolific scorer, being held to zeros here early. The backdoor cutter blocked at the rim by Poffenbarger. The second chance layup good though for the Tigers. Garzon into Izzy Mamadou. And a foul on the play. Be going to the line to shoot 2.
How about that second chance opportunity for Towson off that last rebound there, able to cap off and get their first 2 of the night, but this last replay you can see from Maryland, Ozzy Mamadou working the post there and just the right arm smacked blatantly.
And a lot of contact there on the play. Ozzy Mamadou in to shoot 2. She's just 37% from the line here this year. Unable to convert on the first one.
From the floor, BG leads the team in field goal percentage, 70%. Just amazing work in that paint.
But shut out from the charity stripe. Just retain the ball on the baseline sequence.
And if you're Towson, that's the best outcome, playing a interior just dominator like Ozzy Mamadou, who works the glass so well.
The zone in full effect. Here's Garzon. Nylon. First triple on the board. It does not matter.
That's a streak for her. She is struggling from outside, and good to see for her starting off this one.
Towson really struggling with their offense early, looking to set up shop right now. Into the post. Kicked ball out of bounds. It'll stay right here with the Tigers.
Some big 3 from Garzon. Just steps back, like you said, BG, nylon. But before that 3, she was 4 for 19. You can see her just in her own head about that a lot, and she was showing off a sigh of relief in transition on that last bucket.
Garzon, the Indiana transfer, led the entire Big Ten and made 3s last year with 88. Tigers on the sideline. It's going to be a 5-second whistle, though. Yet another turnover on the Towson attack.
Ben, we just got a sub there. Ozzy Mamadou went to the bench, and coming in was Maria Boyko.
Boyko, she's been so impactful all year long for the Terps. The 6'4" freshman from Belarus. Here's Bartelme back over to Akanawa. Nice stop and start. Off the mark is the Garzone fadeaway, and here come the Tigers. Still just 2 points on the board, down 5 early, looking to take themselves out of this early hole. Shukvist on the curl right, absorbs contact, unable to get the finish at the rim. Here's Akanawa. This Terp squad wants to move fast and thrives in transition. On the play, Akanawa back to the charity stripe to shoot 2. But James, another great example of these Terps backcourt really absorbing contact as they drive into the lane.
Yeah, I think she had her mind set straight right when she started at the top of the key that I'm going straight for this basket. Nobody's denying me that. And while Towson was able to hold her to 0, she's going to try and earn 2.
The 5'10 junior. One of these impactful transfers for Maryland. Was at Duke in the ACC last year. The 2025 ACC tournament's most outstanding player. She finds nylon on both. Terps just south of double digits after 4 minutes of play. It's Morris near the perimeter. Back over to Khalil. Curl screen over to Johnston. Show it for Morris once again on the interior. Buries her way to the basket. Gets a second chance layup. Unable to get it to go. Bartelme in transition. Garzone. She'll try again. Unable to hit it. A lot of second chance efforts. That one, though, stolen away by the Tigers. Coast-to-coast layup is good. Talia Shepard, a great transition sequence, turning defense to offense there. Here's Bartelme, the de facto point guard in this starting group for the Terps. A fadeaway from Garzone. Off the mark, Boyko with the rebound. And it's headed the other way.
The hands fighting there from Garzone coming in a little late.
And there's a murmur by the scores table. And you're about to see exactly why. It's Kayleen Smeichel, her first game action in 231 days. Her last appearance wearing a Maryland jersey came on March 28th in the Terps' Sweet 16 loss to South Carolina in Birmingham, Alabama. James, it means so much to have her back for Brenda Freese and the Terps, especially on the home court here in non-con play.
The impact she had, all Big Ten first team, the media, and second team from the coaches last year. So
Khalil on the attack, and she nets the mid-range. Bartelme and the Terps want to move fast. Boyko on the interior, out to Addie Mack. Again, Boyko just toying with her defenders inside. Blocked on the second chance effort, though. Shepard over to Johnston. Corner for Shukvist, off the mark. Rebound for Smeichel, and she heads north to south in transition. Attacks the rim, layup does not fall though.
It's a good take by Smeichel though.
Poffenbarger back over to Smeichel. Again off the mark, but the second chance effort from Sailor Poffenbarger is there. The Terps' first field goal in nearly 3 minutes comes on a second chance layup.
Kayleen Smeichel, you love to see if you're Maryland, though. She's not afraid to just attack straight out of the gate. Get her first minutes on the court tonight.
Talia Shepard, the Mary Mack transfer, started 30 of 31 games for them last season. Now anchoring this Towson backcourt. Ball's out of bounds.
She's that last tip in 06, but they've been able to make it to Elite Eights, Sweet 16s, and it's a competitive women's basketball landscape.
Dangerous pass there from Smeichel. She's looking for her first basket in 231 days, and she can't find it. Back in transition right here is Shukvist. She scored 16 points in that win on Tuesday, and adds another 2 right there. We're seeing a fast-paced brand of basketball from both teams. Both teams like to move fast and in a hurry. Ozzy Mamadou, a lot of time in the interior there. Here's Akanawa. No one contesting her for that one.
Just the ball movement as well. It's a quick, fast break from the Tigers.
The outlet pass, unable to find it. Goes off near the upper body of Schmeichel. Take one more look here. Lucia Kanawa so dominant in the paint. Those are just too easy, James.
You could see Mamadou keeping her eyes open at that wing position and the versatility of Okanawa.
Here's Vicky Matulavicic. Passes into Shukvist. A lot of international talent on this Towson backcourt. Goes left to right. Nice behind the back move. Can't find the net though. Addie Mack, so impactful off the bench. She scored 17 points in that fourth quarter on Sunday. Here's Ozzy Mamadou, pulls up off the mark on the mid-range. Towson has the numbers. They can't find the through pass though, intended for Matulavicic. And falls out of bounds. It'll stay right here in the Tigers' half.
I think what doesn't get talked about enough is Ozzy Mamadou's defense, not only in transition, but blocking, steals, everything across the board. She just broke up that last fast break, and she's not the smallest person on the court, but she can transition well.
Here comes the baseline sequence from Towson. Really good high-pressure defense on the other end from Maryland. A corner triple, in and out. Matulavicic tried it. Here's Addie Mack the other way, though. The star freshman for Maryland said after that Sunday night performance that the goal is to keep energy high, especially off the bench. You know these minutes are going to be impactful. Back to the charity stripe heads Maryland, where they've been for a lot of the first quarter, James.
Yeah, and this one's from Mir McLean, just subbed in here. She took Bartelma out, and so now you can tell McLean working on the block. Beautiful step-through move and just gets swatted from two Tigers. McLean from the line so far is 100%. Only has 2 attempts, but let's hope the broadcast jinx doesn't get her.
Or McLean, the graduate from in-state Baltimore, a place she calls Maryland and College Park home, but the announcer jinx did get to her on that one, James.
Apologies.
She'll look for a quick memory here, though, as she heads back for number 2. She drains it. A lane violation first, though. We're headed back the other way.
That one was on Maryland, too. Not sure who stepped in there. Might have been somebody outside the arc, but just subtle movement. Maryland trying to get on these fundamental details. That's a big one.
You see the Terps 3-2 zone press, and it works right there. Boyko, a really good job at the half-court line. Here's Addie Mack. A pass inside to McLean. It's picture perfect for Maryland. They extend their lead to 7.
How about McLean able to just earn those 2 points back away from the free throw line?
Say one more look at that defense to offense sequence. Another open layup for Maryland. They've had a flurry of those here today.
Doesn't get talked about enough is Addie Mack's ability not only to transition well, but to find open hands and use the goggles to get her players involved.
Deflected again off McLean, another impact defender for Maryland off the bench. It's Addie Mack jumping near the sideline, looking to get that steal away. A reach-in foul from Boyko. Hands in the cookie jar for Maria Boyko.
It's like Dereje was trying to get away there, and Boyko was just kind of holding the jersey there. But Towson able to actually inbound well so far, other than that 5-second early BG, but offensively just haven't been able to put up the threes well, and attacking has been a struggle for them.
Yeah, the north to south movements have been a struggle. A lot of east to west so far for Towson. Going baseline right there is Matulavicic in the corner. The lefty drains it. A great triple there from Shepard. On the other end, too many steps, a travel on the play. Puts Maryland's 4th turnover on the board. And the Terps are reeling just a little bit after this lefty triple by Talia Shepard.
Shepard transferred from Merrimack this year, led in scoring so far this year, almost averaging 12 points. In that last game, she dropped 20 points and 6 steals.
Someone that head coach Laura Harper calls a really key impact player, especially in a reduced role this year. An added luxury when you bring in so many transfers that can also score the basketball. Blocked at the rim first, though, by Ozzy Mamadou. Here's Akanawa, so speedy in transition. Goes right to left, a half spin around, and a finish off the glass.
Just the lateral movements from Akanawa. It's unstoppable so far this season.
Shepherd and the Tigers trying to add one more of their own. Still a 2-possession game as we enter the final minute and a half of the first quarter. Here's Johnston on the attack. Looking to draw the foul. Doesn't need it though. Adds 2 of her own. Garzone open. She won't hesitate to shoot. She won't hesitate to drain it. Arden Garzone has been relatively quiet after that triple earlier here today. Adds to her scoring again here. Towson able to break the press that time. Poffenbarger at the scorer's table, looking to check in with just under a minute remaining. Another reach-in foul by Maryland, though. Sends number 6 back in.
It's like Talia Shepard on the reach-in there for Towson. Taking a look, Arden Garzone just able to find her range. It's been so tough for her. The Indiana all-time 3-point leader. And just at Maryland so far, struggled. But tonight, showing what she can do.
Zone one of 2 Terps players to be named to the 10-player All-Big Ten preseason team. The other, Kayleen Smichael, back tonight for the first time. Those two getting to play with each other for the first time in uniform. A curl screen right to left. Sends a triple flying south. Here's Bartelme. Takes a quick 360 look, passes back to Akanawa. Way off. The second chance, though, by Addie Mack, and that's why she's playing these high-impact minutes for Brenda Fries. Her ability to impact the games, not just on the score sheet, also in other ways. Bartelme off the curl. A no-look pass to Ozzy Mamadou. It's showtime in College Park.
Starting it early this game.
Mack with the steal, Mack with the finish. Extending their lead to a game-high 10.
For Towson right now, it's about getting across midcourt. Back-to-back points coming from turnovers at the midcourt.
One last chance out of here. Shot clock is dark. Under 4 seconds left on the game clock. Here's Shepard looking to do it before the whistle sounds, and it's Park. Terps versus Tigers. It was all Maryland to end quarter number 1. They made 5 of their last 6 field goals. Here's Addie Mack, and she adds 1 too. We've talked so much about these high-impact freshmen, James, for the Terps. Addie Mack really doing a good job in that role here off the bench. The jump ball on the play. Possession arrow stays with the Tigers.
Talking about Mack 2BG, number 2 on Minnesota's all-time scoring, past Jalen Suggs, 23-24. That's an NBA name pop there, and current player for the Orlando Magic.
Great pull, James. Here's Towson on the baseline. Skies it up for DeRoger. DeRoger. A quick handoff. Khalil, she scored 20 on Tuesday. Can't make it. Another 2 here right now. Akanawa and Ozzy Mamadou get tripped up near the half line. Here's a look at the Terps offense. It's run through Addie Mack, and it finishes with Addie Mack. The left hand off the glass, so pure from the freshman guard.
Not only that, too, but just able to shift the hands midway through going up. Just going to that nifty left hand, and beautiful finish there from Mack.
India Johnston setting up the horns action just outside the Maryland logo. Another turnover on the play, though. Towson's 7th of the game. Addie Mack looking to add more to her total. Quick pass over to Poffenbarger. Back inside is Poffenbarger, one of the team captains on this Terp squad. Bartelme finds Mack on the receiving end, who looks for Mamadou. Can't finish near the rim, though. Shot clock winding down. Under 5 now. Terps frantic for a basket. Akanawa looking to provide it. The step-through finish does not go. Great defense by the Tigers there. They'll look to make it offense here. Off the mark once again. The second chance bank shot is good from DeRoger.
DeRoger transferring from Elon this year down in the Carolinas region. Made it to the DMV.
Another local, though, the Burtonsville, Maryland native. The DMV ties stretching across both of these rosters here tonight. Ozzy Mamadou on the curl screen. Here's Bartelme. Looks back for Ozzy Mamadou and goes down hard. She's carried off. She'll head to the locker room, but moving back here to the action on the hardwood. Terps up 13 on Towson. Towson back in their attacking half, looking to add a couple more to their total before the halftime buzzer sounds. Here's India Johnston. A high screen, but it's an illegal one. Will head the other way.
And just saw her double set the feet there as Dura J trying to work, and she's going to get subbed off here. And in comes Kayla Morris for her first minutes of this night.
Kendall Walker also in, the redshirt freshman, redshirted last year. Back in now in this backcourt alongside Addie Mack, and also Kayleen Smeichel back in. Looking, and off the glass, it falls. Kayleen Smeichels' first basket in 25-26 for the Terps.
BG, I'm not a comparison guy, but the Steph Curry-esque movement here by Smike, a little behind the back, and I've never seen it go this high off the glass and in the left hand.
It's so fluid off the glass. Knows she wanted the and one, knows she got the and one. Going to the line to shoot the and one right here. And she drains it. So pure for Kayleen Smeichel.
Smeichels' first points of the night, too. And the first points of the season there, BG.
Yeah, just 1 for 4 on the day, but a rusty start is warranted. She's been out over 200 days due to injury. And blocked at the rim once again by Smeichel. Turning offense to defense in a flash.
BG, when she first came in the game, worried just because going back and forth, just transitioning. She was trying to get back acclimated right there. You could see these last minute or so, just defensively, offensively showing what she can do.
A left-hand blocks at the apex for Kayleen Smeichel. She's off ball on the defensive end now. Poffenbarger blocks a shot at the other end. Stuffs away a shot attempt there from Khalil. Heading in transition. She'll go left to hand off to Addie Mack. A wide open layup, and it goes off the glass and in.
Love this work there. Poffenbarger in transition. Mack already at the other team's hoop, but she says, hold off, let's set up a play, and I'll give it right back to you.
A quick double team, but the Terps back in man now. Driving off the glass and scoring. A great finish there from Shukvist. Smeichel looking for Boyko on the interior. A great seal on her defender, and she finishes as well off the glass.
Tough finish from both squads there. That Shukvist finish there was beautiful off balance.
The first Towson bucket there on that last play. Now the second Towson bucket in the last 2 minutes. Breading baskets here over the two respective backcourts. Inside now for Poffenbarger. A mismatch on the play, and she knows it. Back over to Boyko. Sealed baseline, a really tough layup, does not fall. Another offensive rebound for Smeichel. She wanted a foul, she did not get it. Elbows flying everywhere, baseline. And the Terps forcing an out-of-bounds whistle. And Ava McKinney checks in her first action here today, James.
Gonna take off Maryland's Mack, who's been red hot ever since touching the hardwood. But both squads in the last couple minutes, BG, just trade in transition buckets. Maryland, we saw slow the pace on this last attempt and obviously unable to finish around the rim. But Towson looking to get to 20 tonight.
We've seen this three-quarters court press prove really troublesome for Towson, and it does again there. The steal away from Walker. Back over to Brianna Williams, another newcomer into this lineup right now. McKinney in triple threat position. Passes over to Smeichel. 3 seconds in the key from Brianna Williams, though, and we're headed back the other way. You don't see that called too much. Offensive 3 seconds.
No, Williams is able to provide such valuable minutes for Maryland this year. Just able to come up, set screens, but also attack down low. She's very versatile on both offense and defense, so that's a surprise there.
And she led the Terps in both of their exhibition games versus NC State and Point Park. Has not seen as many opportunities to start the season. Still looking for impactful minutes when she can find them. An elbow on the whistle. Williams sells it well, and we're headed back the other way. An offensive foul on that play on Kayla Morris, who head coach Laura Harper describes as a key bench piece for this team, but not what you want to see there if you're Harper and company.
Maryland's leading scorer on the season, Okonawa, coming back in, and Kayleen Smeichel, one of their leading scorers last season, getting some bench minutes.
Okonawa on the attack. A wide pass over to Walker. She drives right, stripped and stolen away. Foul play, we're headed the other way.
How about that work from Talia Shepard defensively? Transfer from Mary Mack. Just this year has been so strong on the offensive end, 42%, 12 points per game, but you see her just read this play so well from Walker.
Talia Shepard, so good on the defensive end. Known for her offense, though. She looks to provide some here. Shepard, Okonowa on her. Top of the key, straightaway triple, no good. Rebounded up, and here's Walker now in transition. Sets up shop just outside the left perimeter. Another offensive foul on Maryland, though. Here's Towson. Again, that Terps press proving really tough for Towson to break. They do it here, though. Here's Kayla Morris. Someone head coach Laura Harper has coached since high school. Morris, the high right screen. Looks for the roll, and she gets it. Tries a triple. Off the mark. Hits back iron. Here's Okonowa, a familiar face, running the Terps' transition break. Back over to Walker, the Maryland native. Over to another Maryland native in Poffenbarger. And Brianna Williams finishes the job.
Poffenbarger just acting as a floor general on that one, telling Kendall Walker, throw the ball to me. I'm going to find Brianna Williams on the low block, and just like that, able to get the job done.
Towson looking to keep this a game. Back rim there on the attempt from Turner. Here's McKinney. Open pass for Okonowa. Up right to left. Gets a second chance. Still unable to fall. Bodies hit the deck hard. Whistles flying. And a foul on the play.
Yeah, I think for Aluchi Okonowa, everybody else is moving in slow motion because the way she plays, so frantic, but always just like offensively, defensively, she's moving at 99 miles per hour. A shoe popped off there from the Towson defender guarding Aluchi Okonowa.
As you were saying, Aluchi Okonowa is so good. Takes a book out of legendary college head coach John Wooden's playbook. Always be quick, but never hurry. Towson, the numbers advantage, not for long though, as it's matched up at 5 in the half court once again. There's Tilda Schukvist, back over to Shepard. The two-man game we've seen all day long between those two. Johnston. Someone Laura Harper calls the emotional heartbeat of this team. The shot clock winding down, the fadeaway is pure. Shepard once again hits a shot clock buzzer beater to cut the lead to 16.
Maryland fans had that shot clock expiration called too, but it could not throw off Talia Shepard.
Okonowa wants a high screen. She doesn't need it. Back around to Poffenbarger. Williams open. Does not go for the triple. Instead, goes inside and gets a foul on the other end of it.
BG for a second there. I was excited to see Brianna Williams try a three from outside. I don't think she has one yet this year, and that would have been quite interesting. But look at that tough bucket there.
The
from
fadeaway,
Shepard.
and the fadeaway too, so pure. Take one more look at the whistle on that last play. A lot of contact, some on the ball, also on the wrist too of Williams. Sends her to the free throw line. And she drains the first one. Brianna Williams, 75% from the line this year. That one just elevated her to nearly 80. That's another one. The redshirt freshman putting in work. These pre-halftime minutes for Maryland. Pressure once again by Okonowa on the sideline. Johnston trying to skirt the sideline and find a recipient. Back over to Khalil, and she airmails it. And the chants are flying here in Xfinity Center. Addie Mack, a quick behind the back turn after a break on the bench within the past few minutes. Now the floor general that you talked about, James, running her offense. Okonowa, stop, start, and hits off the glass. It's not pure, but it rattled in.
Not sure if you called bank on that one, but what does it matter? Maryland up 20 right now.
Nice through pass there. Goes to Khalil. Corner now for Schukvist. Off the mark once again. Towson just 1 for 10 now from beyond the arc tonight. Back over to Okonowa. Okonowa drives in, and not much of a contest there. Able to go right to left And you see the flashiness come into play on that attack.
Somehow through my headset there, I was able to hear Akanawa yelling Addie for that ball, and she was able to deliver on the lefty leg.
Talked about Akanawa being a vocal leader for this Maryland team, and you're able to see it right here. The last two for Maryland off the glass. And another one going right to left. Able to finish off the glass as she's done so much here today. Up to 10 points, 4 for 7 from the field, along with 6 boards, a lot of which have been offensive.
So pure. I think Akanawa's first minutes had to have been spent on the hardwood just because she finds her footing so well and is just so acclimated no matter the environment she is, the transfer from Duke.
Brenda Fleece talked about still looking to find a 1A type player after losing Cheyenne Sellers last year. Well, she might have found it with Aluchi Akanawa. Here's Towson back the other way. There's 21 points, not much offense here in the second. They continue to extend that drought here. A 6-0 Terp scoring run. Addie Mack looking to add to it. Stops, starts, hesitates before passing back to Poffenbarger. She tries a 3, and it's good. Forces a Towson timeout.
And NCAA Final Four most outstanding player for Maryland in that 2006 finals run, and able to drop double digits in the final game there versus Duke.
Shepard able to maneuver past the trees of the Maryland defense. Johnston on the attack now. A curl inside, pump fake by Khalil. She attacks the rim. A lot of passes, a lot of great ball movement. That's San Antonio Spurs-esque, isn't it, James?
The movement there. This is exactly what they needed to open in the gates from.
Garzone, she nails a triple. That's her spot, her second one from that exact hash mark here today. A 26-point lead for Maryland entering the final minute of the first half, and a lot of pressure on the sideline. A reach-in foul, though, first by Addie Mack. And she's motioning with her hands up. I don't know if she's acting on the play or if she just didn't think that was actually a foul.
The trap from half court has been so strong for Maryland. I don't know what sort of press they're running, but Towson just unable to figure it out. You can see them here just doubled there for McLean. And Addie Mack, it seemed like they probably called an easy blocking foul there because she's moving right into Khalil.
Here's Shepard. Shot clock, 10-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Schukvist. She tries a triple. Just left and off the glass, rebounded into the hands of Poffenbarger. And the Terps will take their time with this one. Addie Mack directing right outside the Maryland logo. Under 10 seconds to go. Looking to cement a first half. And she does. Another easy layup off the glass as the first half buzzer sounds. Defensive end here. It's the Terps going left to right. Towson going right to left here. Poffenbarger over to Yarden Garzone. So dangerous from beyond the arc. And a whistle on the play. We'll have a baseline out for Garzone.
Yeah, I think that was an off-ball foul off that last play. I believe Poffenbarger had it in her hands, but regardless, like you said, we're on the baseline.
Mack on the inbound into Garzone. That's too open. She's not missed that one. 10 feet out, and she drains it. It's Johnston directing. Pass over to Schukvist. And here is Derege.
Garzon joining the double-digit point club now in this second half. 2 Terps.
Really active perimeter defense here on full display for Maryland. Rising up is Derege. Can't finish. A miscommunication on the rebound. Poffenbarger receives it, though.
One of 3 Terps now in double digits. Garzon, Akanawa, and Mack.
Here's Akanawa driving as we've seen her do all day long. Looking for the bounce off the back rim and out. For Towson, you mentioned 1 for 12 from beyond the arc. They'll look to drive more here and create some free throw opportunities here in the second half. Just looking for easy points. There's a mismatch there. Derege adds the first 2 of the second half for Towson.
Beautiful find there from Talia Shepard, who leads this squad in scoring tonight.
Garzone 3 off the mark. Terps backpedaling. Here's the Towson attack once again. Just a minute 30 in. Not as much scoring as we saw in the first half. Towson a much slower pace throughout the entire facet of the game, but they had 2 more there.
From Shukvist, great take. Coach Laura Harper called them Towson's heartbeat. It's been scored at all 3 levels, as we saw in the play there.
And Ozzy Mamadou, a really good use of the glass there, a second chance effort. She caught the defender sleeping. Ozzy Mamadou, a heads up high IQ play for the second chance finish.
Coach Laura Harper frustrated there. Team's unable to get second chance opportunity.
Shepherd and string music for Towson. They get to an even 30. A strong start to the second half for the Tigers.
Shepherd now joining the double digits point club, the only one on the Tigers.
Doing a lot of the dirty work offensively, but it's a communal effort defensively. And a good job contesting Addie Mack there, and a reach-in foul immediately after the rebound on Akanawa. We're headed back the other way.
A lot of Alucci Akanawa's play, steals and buckets come from just nifty steals, and you can see this bucket attempt from Ozzy Mamadou was able to follow on that last one, and big 3 from Talia Shepherd for the Tigers as she entered double digits for the night.
34 paint points of Maryland's 35 inside the interior. A tough look there from Tigers. Bodies on the ground. Whistles on the play. It'll head the other way for Maryland. It's going to be Garzone and Mack controlling it. The Tigers take off their press that we saw for just a little bit in that first half and go back to the half-court set. They'll stay in their man. Looks like a high 1-2-2, if not a soft man zone right here. Addie Mack says she knows her role on this team. Only 3 games in, that's pretty cool to say. Adds a triple right there off the mark, back iron. Ozzy Mamadou with the rebound, finds Mack on the curl-in inside. Way to follow her shot on the other end.
Beautiful work there from Mack, never gives up on the play. She doesn't even think for a second, I missed that 3, and put herself down. She just says, how can I get myself involved?
Here's Zoli Khalil. Talked about her in the open. She scored a team-high 20 points for Stetson. Smeichel got trailing there, though, on the layup from Talia Shepherd.
And Harper for Towson wanted a foul off that last play.
Our zone for Smeichel. Bingo! The first triple for Kayleen Smeichel this season. Shepherd looking to match, and she does! Talia Shepherd single-handedly providing the offense for Towson, just their second 3 of the game. Their third 3, rather. Now shooting 21% from beyond the arc, a lot better than the 8% they entered the half with. Here's Smeichel. You see the aggression coming into play, but Morris has something to say about that. Here's Shepherd on the left hand. Pass over to Johnston for the layup.
And Brenda Freaks, no problem there on that timeout, BG, as Towson is now 3 of their
key impact player, 2 high impact players for the Terps' offense. It's Addie Mack directing once again. Here's Smeichel, back over to Mack. Thought about the triple. She rejects it though. A lot of passes over to Boyko. Can't get the mid-range to fall. Akana was so active. Swatted away though by Morris. Johnston will reset. Back over to Morris. Tries an early shot. And here's Akanawa back the other way. Addie Mack wants the high screen over to Akanawa. In triple threat position. Top of the key triple. Off the mark. Rebound Boyko back to Akanawa. She's moving so fast, but the block once again from Morris. Back-to-back blocks from the Towson big man. Up and over on the other end for the layup off the glass, though. Johnson tried it, could not get it. Here's Addie Mack. Wide open is Smeichel. She tries it. Splash! Kayleen Smeichel, her second 3 of the game, and she's shaking off the rust.
It's like Smeichels found her swagger back here in College Park, and smooth stroke off that last one.
Kayla Morris, a really strong job on the defensive end. Can't translate it to offense, though, as of late. Shepard looking to add to her 17-point total, instead throws it away back to Boyko. Here's Addie Mack. They have the numbers in transition. Smeichel looks to go back-to-back. She pulls up, and she drains the mid-range. An easy deuce for Kayleen Smeichel. And she joins Mack and Okonawa, as well as Garzone in double digits with 11 now.
Seemed pretty quick there, BG.
Going baseline is Towson now, off the glass and in. Call it attempts coming for Zoli Khalil. Just 4 points for the Towson Star. It's been a rough go here today. 2 for 7 from the field, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc, part of 3 for 14 from beyond the arc overall for this Tigers squad. Terps really taking advantage. This lead is ballooned to 25 now. Boyko finds Walker, who swings it over to Mack. A lot of ball movement around the perimeter. A quick pass inside for Amir McLean. Another 3-second violation though, James. We saw it earlier with Brianna Williams. Now Maria Boyko is called for one.
It's hard to operate and get your offense flowing well if every time you try and set up a play, just a lane violation or something happens. So Maryland just going to have to get that settled, and this is a game they need to be able to do that in.
For the Terps, it's a get-right game in non-conference play, an annual occurrence. Now they play Towson the past couple years. A really good get-right game for both teams as they enter their respective conferences. Towson out of the Coastal Athletic Association. Finished 8-10 in conference play last year, looking to bounce back after finishing 11-7 the year prior.
Foul there, going to come against Amir McLean. Just shoveled Khalil to the floor there, and she was trying to get the ball interiorly. So
and more heads-up defense, JC for Towson. The problem now is, how do you translate defense to offense? And that's exactly how. Another and one on the other end for the Tigers. But whistled away, and it looks like we're headed back on the Maryland side now.
Not sure what was there from Samaya Turner. Might have been something offensively they saw.
A really tough break for Towson. Just looking to build some momentum and take it point by point at this time. They get the steal there, though. An errant pass from Walker to Garzone. Bodies hit the deck. Walker makes up for it on the other end. They're in transition. Terps have the numbers. Over to Addie Mack, who travels. She was thinking about shooting before she even caught the ball.
Yeah, eyes were looking directly at the hoop, not at her feet. Obviously just wants to attack as Mack, but that one just going to have to slow the roll there a little bit, as we'll see a sub there from Garzone coming out, and entering again, Kayleen Smeichel, who's been Showtime tonight.
Mentioned the Showtime aspect, but she's also done the dirty work, right? Doing it on the defensive end, a couple blocks, along with some offense, really getting back in regular season rhythm. Morris on the attack. She can't find it. Some really good attacks by the Towson big man, just unable to convert on any of them. Walker. An open lane to run. She'll take it. Misses off the glass. Great aggression down low, though. She's headed to the line to shoot 2.
So it'll be Walker's first free throws of the night. She tries that nifty jelly off the glass. See Walker driving in. Almost gets the nod there, but goes to the floor, and now she'll head to the line.
Nice job absorbing contact. Kendall Walker, an 83% free throw shooter this season. Still scoreless here today for Walker. Has not attempted a shot until now.
Subbing off for the Tigers is Chukvist. Entering in will be India Johnston.
Walker rattles in the first one. Terps now up 26. Just under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter here. Looks to make it 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, and she can't. Gets her own rebound, though, and she's looking to attack. A great heads-up, self-rebounded play there from her own shot attempt.
Walker there just embodying, if you miss or mess up, that's fine. It's about how you react.
A carry on the play, though, for Kayleen Smeichel. Again, they're unsure what the call was. The ref signaled the carry. It looked as if it might have been an illegal screen as well. The official call coming in, though, as a carry. Still 26-point deficit for Towson. Ozzy Mamadou back near the scorer's table, ready to check in for the final 120. A nice heads-up play there for Hannah Deranger, the Elon transfer, adding two of her own. Addie Mack. And Boyko didn't have her eyes up. Here's Johnston on the attack now, going against Smeichel. The three off the mark for Maciulavicic. Into Walker, over to Smeichel. Inside, off the mark, another self-rebound though. A third effort now for Boyko. Driving in is Smeichel, rejected on the play. The fifth effort finish for Kayleen Smeichel. How about it?
She was just trying to show off every element of her game on that offensive attack. Getting her own rebound, perseverance when she gets blocked.
A reach-in foul on the play. It's going to stay right here with the Tigers offense. James, we talked to head coach Laura Harper here today as Brianna Williams and Ozzy Mamadou checked back in, and she told us, of course, they have 10 new players. They've dealt with a lot of rotational challenges and adjustments, but they really do have added depth this year. We talked about the transfer class, especially Johnston, and now Shepherd really putting in work on this end.
Yeah, what Harper said to us is that they've just reloaded the backcourt, and we've seen that tonight with Johnston driving.
And adds two of her own right there to back up the point. The preseason second team CAA selection. Addie Mack. With just 20 seconds remaining, Terps looking to waste some of this clock. Ozzy Mamadou flips up a shot, in and out. Held ball, possession arrow, Towson. But again, the defense from Kayleen Smeichel really comes into play here.
Yeah, Smeichel not giving up on this last play. Everybody else for Maryland back in transition trying to get the defense set up. And Smeichel says she's showing face. She's showing you the ball, guys.
Here's India Johnston walking the ball up court. The Rockaway, New Jersey native. Senior guard for Towson. Pump fakes before the buzzer and drains a clutch mid-range. Still, though, Terps up 22. 8 rebounds. A block in there, too. Another great stat line for Oconomowoc. Kayleen Smeichel, her first game back from injury this season. Barzone over to Poffenbarger, who resets back into Smeichel. Pivots, turns around, shoots, no good. Offensive foul, we're headed the other way. We've seen a lot of the whistles, especially in the paint on those late sequences.
Yeah, and I think that one was against Ozzy Mamadou, just a push in the back there. Obviously trying to stay aggressive around the hoop, but can't be too blatant about it as the referees picked up on that one.
Here's India Johnston. Smeichel, great defense on Turner right now. And comes away with the deflection here. Smeichel going left to right, over to Poffenbarger. She tries a triple, it's good. Sailor Poffenbarger, her second triple of the day. She's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
And BG, I think it's safe to say the Smeichel to Poffenbarger connection is officially back.
Two of these captains in 2025, blocked away by Ozzy Mamadou there. Subs in for the Tigers. They'll look to reset. Shukvist checks back in. Mia Tilavicic. And take a look at the three here. It's nothing but net for Sailor Poffenbarger. And a block on the other end for Ozzy Mamadou. She's been a brute force down low for the Terps.
Just shows they can play both sides of the ball. And even though it's playing against Towson right now up, they are still giving that effort on both ends.
Shukvist inbound. Goes right for Khalil. Off the off screen. Khalil drives. Khalil creates contact and gets the and one to fall. Zoli Khalil. It's been a rough go here today for the junior guard. Someone Laura Harper describes as a 3-level scorer. She's done it from beyond the arc. Now she does it from inside the paint.
And just for Khalil to show her sheer offensive capabilities last game, had 20 points, right? Shot 100% from 3. Those stats are great, but she missed just as many shots from the free throw line than she did from the field. That was only 2. So for Khalil offensively, just has been able to be so efficient from both the floor and from the line.
drains the and one free throw, bringing her total to an even 8 on the day. Might be too little too late, though, for the Towson offense. Still reeling after the Terps providing score after score of their own. Miscommunication on that play. Steal picked up by Shukvist on the other end. Shukvist into Deraje. Another steal for Poffenbarger. Oh, it's an open runway. Here's Kayleen Schmeichel, cleared for takeoff. Misses on the layup attempt. O'Connell goes inside. Mack calling for it. She tried the triple. Way off the mark. It's nothing but net for Mack, but it's an air ball and an offensive rebound. A foul on the play coming right after.
I think when Mack released that, she was just as surprised to see that one airballed as everybody else in Xfinity. How hot she's been shooting-wise, efficiently. And but Maryland just able to get these second chance points opportunities with so many rebounds offensively. 17 offensive rebounds entering the fourth quarter. And now with 19. So Towson only with 6.
13 second chance points for the Terps here today. They get another one via a free throw. You mentioned it, 19 offensive rebounds, 13 fast break points. A lot of transition success for the Terps here today, as well as in the half court. Here's Towson. Addie Mack applying pressure against Shukvist. A mismatch now. Morris on Mack. Another miscommunication there with the pass. Headed the other way. Bodies on the ground. Poffenbarger lifted back up by her teammates. Coach Laura Harper calling for a review. Unhappy with that call. And take a look. What'd you see here, James?
Yeah, it looks like the first kickball of the game we're going to see. I think that one was against India Johnston, number 2 for Towson. And like you said, Harper asking for a review, not going to get it. Maryland's going to be awarded possession.
Addie Mack directing over to McKinney. Back over to the left wing. Poffenbarger sets up shop just inside the hash mark now. McKinney on the curl screen. Finds Mack. Just a little bit behind her, though. Mack not quite ready for it. Was buried in that corner.
I believe that one was tipped off fingers of the Tigers. One of the Tigers defensively got a paw on it. And that one going to stay on this end of the floor.
Good call, James, there as Poffenbarger inbounds on the sideline. Take a look at the sideline play here for Brenda Farice in Maryland. Addie Mack motioning for a high screen for Ozzy Mamadou. Here comes Poffenbarger to match it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Blocked at the rim. Another block for Morris. Her 5th of the day. An unbelievable force down low for the Tigers. Here's Kayla Morris. Inlet pass, but an off-ball foul just before the recipient caught it on Sailor. Poffenbarger. Take one more look at this block from Morris, though. Just swats it away. Nothing you can do if you're Addie Mack in Maryland when you have a force like that down low commanding the interior.
She's got Maryland scorers just fearing her as they go to the racks now. I mean, Luchi Akanawa was one of the biggest ones who got blocked twice for Morris. And now she's saying, no, I can dish it out to you too, Mac.
India Johnston on the baseline, inbounds. Corner triple, and the foul. It's a 4-point play for India Johnston.
You can tell this one's just a big no-no from Mac. She knows better. Even as a freshman, you don't foul a 3-point shooter. If they go up in the corner, they have limited space there as is. And Towson, for example, just this game as a whole has shot 25% from the 3, so it contests all that necessary. Johnston's going to try and earn it from the line.
Johnston up to 15, now 16 points on the day, 7 for 12 from the field. Unbelievable accuracy off the baseline sequence there. Addie Mack and Maryland looking to bounce back right here. Poffenbarger, an interior pass to Williams. A great slip-through pass, and the bucket falls for Brianna Williams.
Poffenbarger just able to slot that one through the lane.
Johnston red hot over to Shepard. She buries the corner triple. Back and forth offenses commanding the pace right now. Kendall Walker will try to steady the pace. Into Addie Mack. McKinney wants an interior pass on that left-hand hash mark. Brianna Williams now sets a high ball screen for Walker. Looking for her back off of it, can't find her. Addie Mack wants it with 5 seconds and change on the shot clock. She goes right to left, skirts the basket, and the bucket. Return of the mat for Addie Mack.
I'm just going to say I don't know how she did that last one. That roll that she got there, you just don't see very often.
A circus shot for Addie Mack. Keeps this a 20-plus point ball game. Here's Turner into Morris. Straightaway triple, just short. Addie Mack, it's a 1-on-4. She'll steady and make it a 5-on-5 once again.
It's Towson's last miss in their last 4 attempts. 2 of those were 3.
McKinney just outside the elbow now. Into Brianna Williams, creates contact, the foul comes.
Williams tonight 2 for 2 from the line so far. Gonna try and keep it going, but how about this Mack bucket, BG?
You talk about the touch off the glass. That was a blind bucket there. And then Brianna Williams doing what she does best down low, creating contact, absorbing contact, and it results in a couple of free throws right now. 75% from the charity stripe this season. Stays perfect, 3 for 3 here tonight. Nearly half of her points tonight have come from the line. Just 8 minutes of play. She's proved her impactfulness over and over again. The redshirt freshman, Montana native, former Gatorade Player of the Year. Here's Shukvist looking to add a couple more to Towson's total before the final buzzer sounds. Desiree now, and slots one in, falls on the other end, back up now. Addie Mack controlling the pace, skirts through the interior, another circus shot attempt does not fall. Out on the Tigers, Maryland keeps it on the baseline. The Towson offense so prolific as of late, despite the score. This one right here coming from Hannah Deranger, the Elon transfer. She takes a tumble right after it. Now is Addie Mack on the baseline. Get a look at this 4-out box set up for Maryland off the inbound pass.
Now BG for Brianna Williams, career high for the Terps so far. 8 points for the redshirt freshman. Good for Williams, able to work a lot of that from the line, but also down low.
Mack into Walker, back into Brianna Williams. They're playing catch. Walker and Williams, back and forth we go. Another one absorbing contact and back to the charity stripe, James.
Williams looking to find, not only is she getting that career high, she said, nah, it's got to be double digits for me.
It's been deja vu over and over and over some more for Brianna Williams. Same exact spot that the foul was drawn on her last sequence. And again, 4 for 4 from the stripe. Makes it 5 for 5. So pure from the line. And again, those are the free shots that Coach Brett DeFries talks about capitalizing on.
Yeah, and to have a forward to be able to shoot so efficiently from the line too.
6 for 6 now.
And Brenda Freeze and this squad, we talked earlier with Riley, and the outlook for this team is so strong, especially with a redshirt freshman in Williams. Looks like a vet on the floor.
Here's Deranger. Back over to Shukvist. It's a mismatch against Boyko. And a tough foul there on the catch by Kendall Walker. Nonetheless, their first ranked matchup of the day, excluding exhibition play, where they fell to number 9 ranked at the time, NC State. Now they flip-flopped rankings. Now the Terps for number 9, NC State's behind them. But 2 for 2 at the charity stripe is Zoli Khalil. Someone Laura Harper says is special to this team. A team high 15 points per game this season. Not much to show for it today, but a good job in the second half, especially of getting back on track.
And looks like the ball was just tied up on the floor there. It's gonna stay. It's actually gonna be turned over. That last one must have been rolled on the floor there, and they were a jump ball tie up there from both teams, but Towson awarded possession.
Exactly right. Possession arrow flip-flops now. The Terps have the next one. Towson benefits from this one. Here's Shukvist on the attack. 6 points here today. 3 of 10 from the field. Another rough shooting day for one of these Towson guards. Left to right on the crossover move is Khalil before the kick ball out of bounds. A whistle called as we go baseline for Towson. And again, Laura Harper told us today, James, it's not necessarily about the result, but about the progress she's seen from her team this year. Down 21, but you have to note some of the tangible growth, especially from some of the interior defense.
There we see another foul on the outside. That might be a three-pointer too. Just mental mistakes from Maryland here. Yeah, that's clearly a three-pointer, and Ava McKinney stepping out.
So we saw India Johnston bury a 3-point and 1 4-point play from the other corner. Now it's deja vu from the left-hand corner. Can't get the shot to fall, but she'll have 3 more chances at the line. In and out on the first one. That's heartbreak.
And one thing I was just going to mention, BG, is the difference between these two squads in free throws. 16 to 6 total free throw attempts. That's 10-point differential. That's the difference maker in this one tonight.
No doubt. But again, we've talked so much about this Towson defense. Kayla Morris anchoring it along with Hannah Deranger. They forced 18 Maryland turnovers. Terps actually lead the turnover count 18 to 16, despite the 19-point lead right now. Here's Addie Mack over to Kendall Walker. Just over 4 minutes left to play in this one. A nice heads-up steal. There comes the jump ball. Just as we talked about, Terps are awarded this arrow.
And there you can see again, Mack makes a mental mistake throwing that pass away. Sort of unforced turnover, but jumps right there again and tries to get the jump ball. She forces it, and we just saw the jump ball go Towson's way. This one's for Maryland. So from Mack, the freshman, just so much experience on this Xfinity floor.
She scored over 4,000 points throughout an illustrious high school career. Brenda Free saw potential, and you're seeing it being executed here in the D1 level. Brianna Williams, another dominant redshirt freshman here today. Back over to McKinney. A young group here on the floor for the Terps, looking to work out some of the kinks and really get their footing as we enter the brute section of non-conference play. Another whistle on the play, though. In comes more subs. Kayla Morris checks in. A look at the foul. Mer McLean absorbing contact. An outstretched arm comes right there on the shot attempt up. We're headed back to the free throw line. A place that we've been accustomed to seeing a lot today, James.
That's exactly right. That foul there going against Deranger. She's headed to the bench.
Mer McLean finds back iron and out on the first attempt. McLean, 2 points on the day, now 0 for 2 from the line. 4 rebounds, and she finds her first free throw of the game right there. Both teams now in the bonus. 3 timeouts left, just over 3 minutes and change left to play. Here's India Johnston looking for one last gasp for the Towson offense. Intercepted, a steal away from Kendall Walker. Terps running the break over to Ava McKinney, loses it, collects it, and finishes it.
McKinney so strong in transition. That's where she's found most of her points this year. Just talked about it when I was courtside with her about her energy. Sometimes that's all you can bring, and there she's bringing it.
McKinney, her first basket of the day, coming off the fast break sequence there. India Johnston, and one. A blocking foul down low sends Johnston to the free throw line after another 2 goes through.
Johnston trading buckets there with McKinney. Says, yeah, you can have that one on that end, but I'm going and giving it right back to you. That's Johnston's 20th point of the night.
Johnston and Shepard now dueling with 20 apiece. That ties a game high for both. The highest Terp is at 18, or 15 rather. That's Addie Mack. Towson offense a lot more centralized. The Maryland offense a lot more balanced.
Not only that for Mack too, but she tacked on 6 assists to couple those 15 points. So it's not like she's trying to go all go. She's finding her teammates and finding openings.
Brianna Williams tries the entry pass off the baseline seal. Trickles off the hands of Kendall Walker though. Or Mer McLean rather, and out of bounds. Towson drawing up a play in their last few offensive half sets today. Stolen away from Kendall Walker. Retains it on the break as Shepard. A reach and foul on the bounce does not go for India Johnston and company. Michael 13 points. As she watches right now from the Terps bench. Nicole Fertea set to check in for her first minutes of the game. Brianna Williams pivots around somehow. McKinney able to get a grasp on it. Here's Kendall Walker. Kickball violation, out of bounds, stays with the Terps. And here comes Nicole Fertea, the Romania native, the freshman, the first minutes of action we've seen from her.
Yeah, got a few minutes in that game versus Loyola, just about 7, but and with her team on the U18 and U20 national teams for Romania, led them in blocks in the FIBA tournament. So she is capable. Let's see what she can do on offense.
A rough pass there, though. Another heads-up play from Johnston. Terps able to get it back. Bucky's flying. Towson recovers. Johnston calling for it. An unbelievable picture-perfect pass over the fingertips of Ava McKinney. That's how you do it for the Towson offense. And a new 4 set to check in for Towson on the scores table. Coach Laura Harper waving the white flag officially. Over to Mer McLean. Back over to Fertea. And she had the triple. Both teams in the bonus, but the shots are flying from the field to close this one out. Triple on the other end, you bet. Shukovist adds one late. Still a 16-point ball game, but just over a minute and change to go. Brianna Williams over to Walker. She thought about it. Back into Williams. Fertea, too many steps she traveled on the play. And here comes the Towson 4, a whole new 4 in for Towson. The only one staying on the court is Kayla Morris.
For Fertea, like we just talked about, BG, that one I thought was a mid-range jumper, but actually able to space the floor so well and get the 3, netted her first points of the season in that Maryland red and white.
Her first points as a Terp for Fertea. Rhea Baines passes over to Barnes, who tries a straightaway triple off the mark left. One last offensive possession before the shot clock turns dark. Here's Kendall Walker. Off the mark, rebound. Another one for Morris. Towson looking to get one more bucket in a hurry. Kendall Walker isolating the baseline there, and she does. Shot clock still in play. Just about a 6-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Brenda Freese directing from the sidelines, motioning one more play. Brianna Williams controlling. Here's over to Ava McKinney. She goes baseline, wants the foul, doesn't get it. The second chance effort, and the foul comes. She finally gets it. Boy, a Houdini act by Ava McKinney there on the second chance effort.
Yeah, able to attack, and obviously, you know, for Maryland, they could have held the ball here, but Brenda Freese says, why not? We have the opportunity to practice more. The shot clock's not going to run out on this possession. Let's try and attack. And McKinney, who's gotten some valuable minutes tonight, is going to try and earn some points at the line.
The rebounding differential, 51-24. And McKinney, her first rebound of the game coming on that sequence, and it's an offensive one. She adds her 3rd point of the day. And make it 2 straight for Ava McKinney. Some great bench minutes from the sophomore guard. Rhea Baines controlling the offense. It looks as if they might just hold this one out. Pardon me, poor shot. And airmails it is Maciu Lavicic, and the Maryland crowd is loving it on the sidelines.
She's still all smiles, though. She knows, I mean, she said, why not? I figured I'd shoot that one.
Kendall Walker runs this one out, and number 9 ranked Maryland